Call the meeting to order at 9:30. Start with a moment of silence followed by the.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Little housekeeping thing pursuant to the PA Sunshine Act and the Open Meetings Law. At the beginning of the meeting, the chairperson shall clearly state that typos were discovered in the original agenda and announce the correct information. The agendas distributed are corrected to reflect the changes. 10/15/2025 agenda changes from posted online are as followed. Under old business, bid opening from October 8th, 2025, not 2024. And in the vouchers payroll, it is not $910,044.97. It is that's what it is. It's not $910,44.07. And gross payroll is $1,495,076.03, not $1,495,078.03. That out of the way. See, do we have any public comment on agenda items only? Seeing none. Final public hearing of the 2025 Community Development Block Grant. Jennifer Strock Peterson, Executive Director of the Redevelopment Authority of the County of Monroe. Congratulations, Ms. Peterson.
Thank you. So this morning, I'm just here to let you know that we've had second public hearings at East Stroudsburg Borough, and the county on October 1st. Having had no public comment on the proposed activities, the Redevelopment Authority will be submitting our application based on the resolutions that are signed today for our Community Development Block Grant for 2025. Just as a reminder, this is $663,596 for our community for eligible activities under the Community Development Block Grant. So the Monroe County will be using their funding for rehabilitation of single unit residential, low to moderate income individuals who qualify for the program in the amount of $325,061. East Stroudsburg Borough will be doing street and road improvements to parts of Walnut, West Broad, and Park Streets. And that project is $125,991. And Stroudsburg Borough will be doing street and road improvements on McConnell Street. And their total project cost is $93,098. So having had no public comments on the projects that are being submitted, we will move forward once the resolution is passed by the county commissioners today.
Thank you, Jennifer. Assessment. Corrections to the duplicate. Deborah Storman.
We have no ads. We have subtractions of $1,040,560.
Thank you, Deborah. Old business, approval of the minutes of the October, I'm sorry, we have to have a motion for that, please.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Old business, approve the minutes of the October 1st, 2025 Commissioners meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I'm abstaining. Not being in attendance. Ratify the October 8th, 2025 opening of the janitorial services for the MDJ offices. Bids as follows: KKJ at $35,672 annually, and the Team Clean Solutions, it's $35,100 annually. However, there was no bid security on that bid. New business.
You need a vote.
You need a vote for the ratification, please. All in favor, motion, please.
So moved. Or do we need to pick
Yes.
one of them?
No.
No.
do that later.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, so moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Made by Sharon, seconded by David. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I'll try to get the hang of this. New business, personnel. We have the personnel agenda and also approve and ratify requests for work hours in the sheriff's department. And we have electronic transfers, vouchers payable, gross payroll, and healthcare benefits. C through 4. Is there a motion, please? Well, in other words, we have electronic vouchers payable, gross payroll, and healthcare benefits. How's that?
You're doing 1 and 2 as a group.
Yeah, I make a
Were you
motion to
doing one and
approve
two?
1 and 2.
One and
Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
five.
Aye. Wait, did Sharon second that?
Second.
Sorry,
Okay, got it.
I'll slow down.
Okay.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yes, motion carries. Travel authorization. Approve and ratify the travel requests for children and youth, conservation district, domestic relations, planning, and pretrial DUI services. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Children and youth. Execute the following purchases of service agreements for the period of 7/1/2025 through 6/30 of 2026 with the Bear Foundation, Pence Run Youth Services, Pearson Directed Supports, Harmony Heights Housing, Children's Choice, Inc., City Mission, Living Stones, and CHOR Youth and Family. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Commissioner's Office. Ratify the budget adjustment report dated 10/15 totaling $20,000. You'll see that we are moving monies around to pay to cover grants management contract, to cover consultant that we had when we had an opening in the grants department for $20,000, and approve the budget adjustment report dated 10/15/2025 for $90,550. The coroner's office moving money around for a camera, the correctional facility to cover electricity. They're taking money out of fuel oil and maintenance services. In the courts, we have to cover costs necessary for expenditures for the orphans court at $10,000. Human resources, $750 to cover the cost of fingerprints. Tax assessment, $23,000 to cover the mailing of data postcards for the property owners of the countywide reevaluation. And the treasurer, $300 to cover the replacement of a paper tray for the printer. Approve the rules and regulations policy regarding use of county property. Next, we have award janitorial services to the MDJ offices to KKJ in the amount of $686 per month, with the option of 2 one-year extensions at 3% increase per year.
Commissioner, that should be per week. I apologize.
I'm sorry, not per month, it's per week.
Per week.
So that's per week.
For the bid.
Approve amendment number 8 on the consulting agreement with KRB Consulting LLC at the rate of $150 per hour for the period of 1/1/26 through 12/31/26 for water and wastewater projects on county-owned facilities in Snydersville. Approve the following opioid grants from the opioid settlement funds consistent with the use allowed under the opioid settlement agreement Exhibit E, Synchronicity Recovery Foundation. with a memorandum of understanding and agreement in the amount of $50,000, and Path to Peace, a memorandum of understanding in the amount of $50,000. G, ratify and authorize the chief clerk to advertise the following bids for tax bill printing. And also add the following vendors to the county list of approved vendors. In emergency management, it's Rob Moore and Sons Septic Service. Information services is Bakers and Associates. Aging, Kellis Care Providers. And in the commissioners, Synchronicity Recovery Foundation and Path to Peace. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. The correctional facility, we'd like to approve a one-year extension, also known as option 2, with Securitas Technologies in the amount of 21 cents per minute with a commission of 67.9%, 20% video commission, and digital mail at $2,340 per month. Is there a motion, please?
Second.
Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. The DA's office. Execute a lease agreement with Jamie Loyson and James Passmore doing business as Auto in Motion for the period of 11/1 of 25 through 10/21 of 26, in amount of $650 per month, with an additional $1,100 to account for the rise in property taxes to store confiscated vehicles to be paid from the Monroe County Drug Task Force. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Carbon Monroe Pike Drug and Alcohol Commission. Approve the additional payment of $320,000 from the Substance Abuse Educational Demand Reduction Fund to assist during budget impasse due to the state budget not being approved by 7/1 of 2025. So far, just so I'd like to explain, so far we've given Carbon Monroe Pike Drug and Alcohol this will be with this amount, $640,000 to keep their doors open because of the impasse in Harrisburg. I also would like to point out that we are looking to approve a loan from the PA treasurer is putting money out to help support MHDS because they are out of money. So we want to keep paying for Stanley over there. We have to keep doing this. Is there a motion, please, for the Carbon Monroe Pike Drug and Alcohol?
Yes. So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Fiscal and grants. Authorize the grants manager, Ashley Carrick, to electronically submit the fiscal year 26 local share account or LSA statewide grant for the Office of Emergency Management for burn door replacement in the amount of $54,280 for a period to be determined, and approve the resolution authorizing John Christie, Chairman, and David C. Parker, Vice Chairman, as officials to execute all documents in agreement pertaining to the fiscal year 2026 LSA statewide grant for the OEM burn building.
Make that.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Just so everybody knows, what were the numbers that we were presented yesterday? There were $17 million worth of requests,
34.
34 applications. This is just went through the IDA alone. There are other, like municipalities submit on their own for $4 million in LSA money. That is the local share. We are applying for the state share for the 54,000. Moving on to Redevelopment Authority and Affordable Housing. Acknowledge the receipt of the financial statement for the year ending 12/31/24. Reappoint Todd Weitzman to the Affordable Housing Board for a new term to expire 12/31/2029. Approve the following certifications, resolutions, and documents for fiscal year 25 2025 CDBG application, the general application certification, disclosure report, resolution for application submission to DCED, language access plan certification, I should take that, fair housing resolution, Section 504 officer designation, program plans and policies for CDBG entitlement program, cooperation agreement with East Stroudsburg Borough, and a cooperation agreement with Stroudsburg Borough, lobbying certification form, worker protection and investment form, force account certification, and federal funding accounting, accountability and transparency act. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Is there a second? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Capital outlay purchases. Approve the capital purchases report dated 10/15 of 2025 totaling $1,310.96. That is for the camera with a bag and battery chargers, plus cards for the coroner's office. Is there a motion, please?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Computer capital purchases, ratify the computer capital purchase report dated 10/15/2025, totaling $1,328.20. That is for a Dell PC monitor and docking station under state contract for the Prothonotary using their designated funds. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Is there any miscellaneous? Mr. Parker?
Yeah, I should announce, we'll be having a reenactment group, the Connecticut 24th Militia Regiment here in Tannersville on November 1st from 11 to 3. So I'd encourage you to come out and visit what a camp was like in the Revolutionary War era. And also, the next day is the Veterans Parade. Urge you to come out to support that parade, and they'll be marching in that parade as well.
October 24th?
Oh, no, this is November 1st.
No, I'm talking about the book.
Oh, you're making your own announcement?
Yeah.
Yes. Face the crowd.
Whoa. I'm checking if it's okay that
Please.
we're doing a book distribution of the original PA 250 books that will go out to all the libraries in all the schools, including Notre Dame as well as Evergreen. That's right. Thank you. We're just really excited about getting those books out to everybody. And that'll be October 24th at 11 a.m. over on the plaza in front of the courthouse. And if it rains, that's to be determined, but there will probably be in one of the courtrooms. Looking to schedule that. Hopefully it won't rain.
Excellent. And why do we call it a plaza, Sharon?
So we all can meet.
It's too expensive to call it a patio then. Any public comment?
Yes, I am.
Please go to the podium. State your name, please, sir.
My name is Nicholas Testaccio. As a veteran, having sworn an oath to the Constitution, I am a proponent of enforcing all the powers and prohibitions since it offers a strong moral check against the usurpations and arbitrary power of rulers. I am here to provide public notice to Monroe County Commissioners in accordance with USCS Rules of Civil Procedures, as well as Rule 17 and Rule 20 of the Supreme Court. The Constitution of the United States is the overarching requirement that every state must follow. States are not allowed to enact their own alternative legislation unsubstituted for the guarantee of the Constitution. That would mean that this state's laws here in Pennsylvania supersede constitutional powers and the guarantee of rights afforded to all citizens. That would simply be unlawful. Clause 1 of Amendment 5 states that no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on presentment or indictment by a grand jury. Unfortunately, the state of Pennsylvania has enacted its own alternative legislation that substitutes and permits prosecuting attorneys and police officers to charge by information as opposed to indictment, and that is simply unlawful. It's unconstitutional. And an emolument violation is when you pay a public official to commit a crime. There are two areas of the Constitution that reinforce this. First is Article 1, Section 10, and that is where it states that no state shall impair the obligation of a contract. So your contracts with police officers, your prosecutors, your judges, they are all under contract to perform based on the oath or affirmation that they took to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. The second area that reinforces this issue is in the Constitution regarding the emolument violation is in paying those officials to commit crimes is the 14th Amendment, and that is where it says that no state shall create or enforce any law that will abridge the privileges and immunities of United States citizens, or at a bare minimum, those that are enumerated in the Bill of Rights and the first 10 amendments. These are not able to be impaired in any way, shape, or form. I am here today to provide notice that you cannot continue to pay public officials to commit crimes against citizens of this state. Criminal sanctions can come from that, and that would come under 18 U.S.C. 242, deprivation of rights under color of law, and 18 U.S.C. 241, conspiracy against rights. These are considered per se crimes. We do not have to prove that they intended to breach their constitutional obligation simply by virtue of the breach. All elements of the crime have been met because of their willingness to promise that they make. As commissioners of this county, holding this public position with the authority designated to you by the people of this county, you're liable for wrongful acts committed under your supervision. This notice provides evidence that you have been made aware of a wrongful act for which you have the power to prevent. And that would come under 14 U.S.C. Section 1986, action for neglect to prevent. Now, I have several papers here I'd like to give to the county solicitor, but I'd like to mention also that I brought this subject up to the, I believe it's Tom Corbett, who was the Attorney General at the time back in 2009, also to the Pennsylvania Bar. Nobody took any issues on it, but now there is a petition to the Supreme Court under Article 3, original jurisdiction for this matter.
Very good. If you would kindly give it to the chief clerk. Thank you. Is there anybody else? Seeing none, I just want everybody to know that I have not given up on my allegiance to Penn State, although Penn State ice hockey men's is doing very well at 3-1. Thank you. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We are. Thank you.
That comes under this.
We have salary board at 11 and retirement board at 1:30.